morning. Happy Wednesday. Fresh off the red eye. Guess what? I actually got some sleep on the flight. Granted, I took enough edibles to put a large horse down, but I got an exit row. And I swear to God, guys, I haven't slept on a flight in I'm a very bad sleeper, which you can probably tell, but I haven't slept in 15 years. Now, granted, I probably got 3 hours, but that's enough for me to function on the day. So I'm going to get my workout. We're not going to lift heavy weights because, I'm utterly exhausted. I've probably slept 10 hours in 3 nights, but we're going to get a sweat. We're going to feel good. We're going to go to work. Frank has some more great walks in SF. Mikey Betts will film them. And then I'm going to be working to get ground game back here at Fleming Enterprises, going to the office. And the key is to maximize your resources as a unit. So if we can have Mikey there running the camera, Frank's gotten to a point where he's very independent, doesn't need somebody handling every little thing for him. And then I can focus on bookings, getting more sponsorships, things of that nature. So while we're getting stuff done now, we're also getting stuff done for the future. And at the same time, mitigating budget. I think if I had made a big fuss about it, I probably could have gotten into the budget. But guess what? By not being in the budget, we save 33% as Fleming Enterprises. So I flew out yesterday on my own dime, or 2 days ago, because yesterday was one of the great moments in my life, kind of full circle, where we went and visited Figure headquarters, where my old boss, Brett Adcock, one of the best serial entrepreneurs and founders of our time, is building humanoid robots. So we did a walk with Brett, my former boss, and Mikey and Frank got a full tour of this facility. And I'm proud to say I've hyped Brett up for a very long time. And I think it completely blew their expectations wildly out of the water. This place was like Tony Stark, straight up come to life. And they did the whole walk with a robot, walking with them. Brett's an absolute genius. And then Frank has genius in him. It's just applied to baseball history. So the two of them talking is just all-time hilarious. Brett doesn't do a ton of interviews. Brett does not like to waste his time. And in the beginning of the interview, he's a little bit more quiet. And then as the walk goes on, he loosens up. And they just have a really great chat. And as we walked around the office, one thing Frank noticed right away is my buddy Logan designed it. And it's a 4-building campus. Company's been around for 4 years. Robots everywhere. And Frank and Mikey, because Mikey's worked in auto mechanic stuff for a long time. So he has great respect for engineering. So the two of them were blown away. But one thing that I got a kick out of was Logan said, so when I built this thing, Brett told me only 1 or 2 conference rooms, tops. And this is a big company. And guess what? Everyone goes to work every day. And Frank said, Logan, why only 1 or 2 conference rooms? And Logan said, Brett knows that most meetings are a complete waste of time, and there's no reason you need to be hidden in a room for it. So by eliminating conference rooms, everyone's working out on the open floor and being 10x productive and not wasting time. And Frank lit up like a Christmas tree. I love that. I love that. People waste way too much time. We need more efficiency. And then you could see Brett and Frank start to connect on their beliefs. It was also very cool selfishly speaking, to hear Frank hype me up and ask Brett what I was like as a salesman, and then to have, or arguably, one of, if not the smartest human walking around this country, this world, give me a full-blown endorsement. Brett's my guy, man. We were in the trenches together, and not as equals, as, he was the leader. But if you ever get a chance in life, guys, to work for a boss who outworks everybody, even after he's accomplished all of, you could imagine, that's when you're in a special spot, because you'll always be inspired to work harder. And I'll tell you, this is Brett's current work. This is how he does it. He's got 3 companies he owns. He shows up at 7:45 a.m. every day, works straight till 5, goes home, sees his kids, puts them to bed, and then he goes right back to the office. And having worked for him for so long, I got a real kick out of talking to some of the really cool people at Figure that work for him now. And then, of course, Logan, one of my dearest friends, I officiated his wedding. He and his wife are just 2 of the most wonderful people that have worked for Brett forever and worked with me back at Vettery. And it's the same guy. It's just like, imagine Michael Jordan from the Olympics with Bobby Knight to 1998. He's going through that progression. He's going to be the GOAT. He already is the GOAT. Those of us that know him know it. It's just waiting for the rest of the world to figure it out. Coolest office. Calling it an office isn't, I don't even know what you call that place. But one of the coolest places, period, I've ever visited. And if you don't know about Figure, check out Figure. Check out Brett Adcock. And I think we're going to probably semi-rush the episode, so it should be out in the next couple of weeks. But that's why I flew out, because I don't know if Brett would have actually done the walk if I wasn't there, because he's so fucking busy. But I also just needed to, I had to be there. I mean, seeing my new life and my old life combined was so special. It's even like Mikey Betts and my guy Logan, seeing those 2 chop it up was really fun. And I really underestimated how much Mikey knows about just the basics of like mechanical engineering, because they were just chopping it up. But yeah, I can't talk too much about what's going on in there because of all the NDAs we had to sign. I couldn't take pictures of 99%. We had to walk outside. But holy shit. It's just, imagine if Tony Stark, his like whole office is real. It's just the closest thing I could frame. And when you get off the red eye and you're tired and you feel kind of gross, it's just like it's often the truth in life. The most counterintuitive thing is going to be the best thing. And that's forcing yourself to start running after a little stretch, break a sweat, get all those toxins out from the plane, and then take a nice warm shower and feel rejuvenated. Just using the New York office today. Today's my birthday. Shout out to all the beautiful birthday wishes I got yesterday. It's also cool at my age because a lot of my friends are married, have kids. I always joke about it, but it's true. My friends back home, half of them don't even use the internet. So it's harder to remember birthdays. But nowadays with Tank's Army and Stoolies, there's so many of you guys that are so supportive. I feel like I know you. We interact and stuff. I just got so many nice messages. It really was nice. If I didn't even get one, I hope you fuck you die message. Not even one. And that's why I tweeted yesterday. There are a lot more cool people in this world than shitty people. The news, and the internet, and social media can be so depressing, so dark. I really think part of it's by design. Kind of push us all down and make us turn on each other. When the reality is, we all get along, man. I'll tell you one thing. People of all religions, people of all races, people of all political affiliations love Frank's story because it's a story of hope. And that's such an important microcosm which people could build off of. And obviously Frank's not going to be the starting point of fixing the world. But the amount of stuff we agree on, people, is exponentially greater than the wedge issues that we yell at each other over. My only point there is we can all be nicer to each other and just make the day-to-day community life better. Trying to execute a revolution, I think, is both illegal, stressful, quite dangerous. So my strategy is just put out good energy. It's contagious, as Jarvis Landry would say. It's contagious, man. That's doing your part, you know? Regular citizens have so much more power if they collectively work together to create a better environment for everyone around them, especially leaders. And I'm not talking about elected officials. I'm talking about leaders in the community. Overlap a little to wake up our school. Hopefully Stu Finder doesn't kill me. Love you, Stu. Stu, we gotta get your ass in the gym, man. I'm giving you until Super Bowl, and then shit's gonna get real. You might get a little ring on the doorbell with me and Francis, aka Frank Fleming. Hey, motherfucker. Ready to pump up? Don't leave me alone there. You gotta make me change my mind. I can't believe I fell asleep on that. What? 100 milligrams of gummies. Most people would probably have a panic attack. I threw on. My new thing is if it's available, I just always throw on Die Hard. It's one of the best movies, I think, period. I don't know why they don't make movies that anymore. It's like, obviously not super realistic, but I love how Bruce Willis is actually hurt and his injuries sustained. It's not like he fall, casually do a 15-foot fall into a concrete floor and then just get up and your hip hurts for a second and you're fine. That's not how the real world works. Come on. That's not biology. If you're a superhero, fine. Even the way John McClane fights, watch some of the fight sequences in the beginning of the movie before it backs down. He's not doing like crazy mixed martial arts. He's throwing guys in headlocks and then like punching them like fucking Nolan Ryan beating up Robin Ventura, tumbling down staircases, barefoot the whole time. I just love it. The only thing in that movie that's totally over the top is the love affair between Bruce Willis and Carl Winslow. They're chief. They're chief. You alright, chief? Oh, and the principal from Breakfast Club. He's the dumbest cop in the history of films. Carl Winslow's like, what about the guy that just fell out of the window and hit my car? The guy from Breakfast Club, but could have just been a banker jumping out the window. I also think Frank today will be lifting after he has a walk at noon with KB. If KB can squeeze it in. I texted him a couple days ago, getting ahead of it because I knew I wouldn't be there Wednesday. And KB being the guy that he is behind the scenes, being one of the stars that has no ego, responds right away. KB's just a good person. And obviously a Frank guy for a long time with the Frank Dets. And the gym rat, he's a fucking animal. So a perfect guy on paper. And then, sure enough, he responded right away. He's like, how about after the yak? Which turned into after the walk. So Frankie Fitness, the train rolls on. And it only took 3 weeks for him to start lifting on his own and not be reliant on me. With walking, I walked with him the first 200 fucking days. So what that shows is the mental progress, which nobody really talks about as much. But for Frank to go from thinking he couldn't walk alone for 200 days to within 3 weeks and only 3 sessions per week, having the mindset of, you know what? I can get my ass in the gym and FaceTime to exercise the video. I'm not sure. And it's also credit to the Home Club app with all those tutorial videos right in the app. And if you're brand new, you can watch, you can learn. And if the exercise isn't available, regardless of your gym setup, there's always going to be an option you can do, meaning even like a non-weight option, a body weight option. And I think Frank's really gotten into that habit, gotten into that flow, which is everything. Once you get yourself into this, so I've always tried to say, it's not a vanity project, it's not an outcome project, it's a journey that'll change your whole existence, your energy, your physiology, your psychology, your confidence, your resilience. These are all superpowers right there for you to take. If you don't believe me, just look at fucking Frank. I'm telling you, so miserable 2 years ago. Every day was such a struggle. I was so much more exhausted than I ever wanted to admit or say. I never wanted to complain because I got my dream job. I'm living the dream. Doesn't mean it's easy. Now, compared to how it was, it is easy. Because Frank has become baseline more positive than negative. I know that might sound insane, but I'm the one with him every day. Even after a Devils loss, we don't mourn all day like his dog died. Maybe a rant or two, get a little bit out. We spend most of the day laughing. That's why you don't see me post complaining about Frank or whatever. I'll show you guys when he's acting not. But that's just good entertainment. kind of like relics of the past. Even more golden now in a way. Because he still has that inner rage, but it's lessened. But when it fires up, he's still got it. I wonder how many hours I slept on that plane. But I woke up. It was magical, guys. I woke up to the lights turning on, and we are beginning our descent into Newark Airport. And I was like, fuck yeah. The only issue is that I slept with my head slightly to the side. So the goddamn right trap is sore good. I'm still fighting that thing now at 2 weeks. But I wouldn't trade in that sleep for me. I would have been dead today without it. Just 3 hours or 4 hours, I don't know. It's enough for me to just go. Take today. Lots of Barstool action. That's that. Why is there nobody in here? I don't understand that. Maybe my neighbors are all rich and they go to a private gym or something. But it's just not that nice of a building, so I don't know. Close, be perplexed. Remarkably not out of breath whatsoever. I wonder if psychologically I was expecting to be so shot from pulling an all-nighter. I might have irrational confidence and strength from that little nap. Also, shout out to all you guys that are getting started. Seeing more and more people saying, fuck it, I'm getting started in the gym. Always send those updates. And I get so many DMs. Post that shit, man. Tank's Army's got your back, bro. Anybody tries to ever come at you negatively, and you have us tagged, the hell of 1,000 armies will fall down upon them. Anyone judging you for trying to improve yourself is projecting inner hatred. Don't ever let those motherfuckers get in your way. Ever! Work! Let's see good vibration. Work, boy. All right, we're over 2 miles. Change. Let's get to our uphill march. Got a nice sweat broken. Exactly what you need after a long, not that long, but cross-country red-eye flight. The international flights are what will really get you. If you don't sleep. That's the thing. Some people sleep. Big Cat always talks about Hank just gets on planes immediately unconscious. It makes me so jealous. I'm an AWL. Frank too. He'll complain the entire process of boarding. 75 texts, and then sit down and be unconscious. So if you guys remember, I left Sunday, but I did a yoga live stream at 3:30 a.m. Then from SF on Monday, sorry, that was Monday. Then Tuesday, yesterday, I did a stream, I think around 4 a.m. SF time. And now today, I started this one around 4:30. Point being, anybody on road trips, even quick ones, even red eyes, it's not about toughness. It's about organization and prioritization. And then yes, there is toughness in the discipline of execution. But if you set yourself up to execute, you can execute. None of it's an accident. None of it's spur of the moment. I got on the red eye with a contract signed to myself. If you get any sleep, you get right into the gym, get your ass into the office. Don't be fucking feeble. Yeah, I really can't express my gratitude enough to Brett for giving us all that time. He also gave us a little tour, and he just doesn't have time, man. You guys are running 3 companies, raising a whole family. And when you walk around the office, fucking robots being created everywhere, being tested, you'll see Brett all over the place. He's just walking around with the engineers to different areas, different things, and learn, and just not like micromanaging, but getting himself involved, trying to help, always trying to help, trying to lead from the front, not complaining, not bitching, problem solving. And I haven't seen him in the kitchen like that in a long time, and it just fires me up, guys. He's the guy that got me to figure out who the fuck I was. Because every time I came to him as a salesman, and I had anything other than, I wouldn't even say good news, but like strategic thought behind what I'm going to do next. So whether it was something good happened, something neutral happened, something bad happened. When you go to somebody that's at this level, you sure as hell better have next steps ready to propose, because it's not their job to figure out your fucking problems. They pay you to solve theirs. What's up, Dave? What's up, Veronica? What's up, Florida Nightmare? Ethan, all of the regular suspects. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get into some more stretches. Good 2 mile plus run. Good uphill march on. I think I did it actually on 10, not 15. Really good to do this for your lower back after sitting on a flight for a long time. Going from sitting to just lying down, you'll wake up and your back will feel like a stiff board. So even if you don't want to run, doing some basic stretches after a flight, to me, is like, yeah, you gotta do that. Especially when you're an old fuck like me. In your 20s, you can do anything. You can just drag your body through glass and you'll be fine. But getting to those 30s, you got to start looking out for yourself. Unless you're Mincy. Mincy, I have no idea. Physical, psychological, societal anomaly. To say the fucking least. Shout out Mincy. He called me the other day to confirm his new number is real. I think we talked for like 30 minutes, and credit to Mincy. We didn't just talk about Mincy. He was actually asking me some questions about me. Pedal in our calves. Up dog. Smells like up dog in here. What's up, dog? Not much. What's up with you? If you know, you know. Step through. So I really don't want to go too long, so I need to get into the office. Even though Frank's not in there, I'm kind of a freak where if I'm not in the office by like 9 or so, I kind of have a panic attack. So we probably got another good 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take a real quick shower, get my ass in. With this goddamn trap still sore, we're going to stay on the legs, keep pumping these bad boys up. Lightweight, just 40 pounds. Now, the other thing is when you're in the air, like you guys probably saw that one tweet of mine, if you eat anything, it's much harder to digest up in the air. And I did have a little birthday dinner with Mikey and Frank before. They picked up the bill. Shout out to the guys. And I didn't take a dump. So, getting off that plane, exercising, is going to make it that much easier to, how do I say it nicely? Shit my brains out. Okay. Got our quads a little there. Let's take these big boys. Big boys. It's a big boys. Okay. I have fallen in love with these air squats. Elevated. Have to keep your balance. Have to keep perfect form. And then you get to come up with that full extension, really working the calves. I think this alone, guys, if you're starting to try to get in shape, start with the regular air squats. You work your way up to this. I'm feeling significant improvement in my legs. I know they're not huge. They're not like Saquon Barkley. They're not even at the level of my upper body yet. But I'm telling you, I can feel it. We're making real progress. And you can start to see the muscle coming in. It's starting to build up. And as I do more weight, obviously, it'll bulk up more. But I want to take my time. I want to do it correctly. Watching Frank lift has really helped me center myself back in the fundamentals, not the stupid shit. All right, stay up. Now, what I like to do here when I lower is if I can get my heels just beneath level, so I'm getting that stretch at the bottom and then the stretch at the top. This is really, lost my balance, how you build up that calf strength. And you can see I just kind of failed there. Okay, now let's go from that right into these come on, boy. It's the fatigue, baby. Suck it up, boy. Suck it up, boy. Switch sides. Make sure you get that base set up nicely before you lower. Whoo! Oh, baby. Pump up them legs. Florida Nightmare, you're the man. The man. It's funny, in my mind, that your guys like avatars are your real names. Florida Nightmare is a real person. I hope I never know your real name, Florida Nightmare. And I mean that with love. Like, I hope I meet you and you're like, hey, I'm Florida Nightmare. And then we're just friends. And it's just Florida Nightmare. So again, stretch, run, uphill walk, air squats, leg extensions, static lunges. Very quickly getting a great lower body pump right off the red eye. And if you actually think about it, if I ran outside of the leg extension, you don't really need equipment here. Notice no weight, just with my body weight. Very tough. That's 2 sets. Let's do one more. Thanks to Arnold's Pump Club, when I have problems like I do now with my trap, I can still get great workouts and pumps and just focus on my lower body. Never used to do this, guys. You know that, anybody that watched the early streams. I would run and do yoga, not stuff like the leg extension or static lunges. Ah, ah, whew. All right, that was our third. Here's our last set of squats. Let's try to get 20 good ones. All right, the tiger just came on. That's wild. Bow, 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 bow. Rocky 3 was one of my favorite movies growing up. It's really Rocky, Commando. Come on! I think this is 13. Let's call this 12 to be safe. 13, 14, 15, 16. The quads are on fire. 17, 18, 19, 20. Up on our tippy toes. Whew. Last set here. Switch. Look at that little hop. All right. One-legged calf lifts. Notice how the foot comes down beneath the weight and then all the way back up. Hold. Right into the other side, and we'll finish with both, meaning two-footed. Going for another 20, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, let's just do a little more for the bum. So we got to get moving here. Oh, it's not even 8:30 yet. We've got a great workout, though. Great workout here in 45 minutes. This is fucking awesome. Feeling good, boys. 37 years young, baby. Best shape of my life. Better shape than some of the fucking athletes I watch. And I'm not afraid to say it. They're more athletic. They might be stronger. Overall, there's no way James Harden trains like me. I bet I could beat him in a 10-mile race. I bet I could face guard him. Calling you out, James Harden. I bet you can't get the ball if I guard you. I will face guard you. I will put you in an absolute mental tornado. To get excited. We got Hendrix taking us home here. This will be our last workout. But this is a great example of a post-red eye. Get the cardio, get the stretch, get the sweat. And we even got a nice little pump on our legs. The quads, the calves, the hammies, feeling solid. I'll also confirm with Wonton Don, but I don't think he's an SF. So I'm very hopeful, optimistic that we can do beginner yoga tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great day. Don't take no shit from nobody. And again, it's all you versus you, guys. There's no reason not to get started. There's no excuse not to get it in today. Fucking kill it. Take no shit from nobody. I love you all.